Alright everyone, I'm Reptile Gaming and welcome back to Airline Empires. So today, as you can see, wow, I have 40 idle aircraft. That's because I've been expanding very fast. So let's take a look at these unread messages. I'm gonna click here on this email thing. It's not really an email thing, it's just the in-game message system. So we had a few lease non-payment warnings back a while back, but that's not a problem. Alright, so there's that. Anyways, today what I'm going to be showing you is how to effectively compete against other players. So as you can see, you always want to check the used market once you log in, because you want to make sure that there are no important aircraft on the used market that you can just straight up buy up. So as you can see, we've got this, which seems to be a nice little plane. It's got 44 seats, but I don't think I'll need that. If you are a small airline and you just started up, you definitely should go for that, though. As you can see, if we click on my airline details, I now have almost 200 planes in my fleet and 3 hubs. And wow, I fly almost everywhere in the world. Well, not quite. I still don't fly to South America. I don't fly to Africa. But I do fly to most of Europe, Asia. Don't fly to Australia. But I think today it's time to change that, because in this video, I'll be teaching you how to effectively compete against other players. If we click on our routes right here, we can already see some competition has gone wrong. So we're going to sort by load factors. You can click on this Y right here, and you have to click on it twice in order to sort by the lowest. So we have several routes here that I am competing on, and the people are competing against me, and they've lowered their prices. So here's me, Duck World Airways, but United and Zoom America have both decided to compete against me, and to make it so that I make less money, because this is a competitive game. United has dropped the price down to $2.10 for economy. Since I only serve economy, I'm not going to worry about any of this stuff, and I'm going to have to drop my price to match. So we're going to go here, and we're going to change this price to $210. We are going to press save, and now we are at 99%. I like it being at 100%, so we're going to go down to 200. We go from making $13,000 a day to making, come on, 833,000. And now I've basically put this Zoom American person into where I was, and they're making the least money now. Alright, so we're getting up on the last few routes. I apologize if this is boring. I'm probably going to edit out a few of these routes, just because I don't want to make this too boring for anyone watching. So the competitive price is $159. They have matched, so we're going to go down by $10 to $149 and see where that gets us. And how much am I making? I'm now making 157k. Anyways, now it is time to fill up some new routes. So as you can see, I have my 3 hubs here, and I want to see how well I'm doing at each of them. So we can go here, we can click on each. So I have hubbed myself in Detroit. Let's see how I'm doing there. I currently have the biggest market share. Alright, anyways, since I'm going to be undertaking massive expansion, I think it's about time that we go and extend some of my terminals. Minneapolis, we'll need at least 51 gates. Let's have 60 gates. There we go, not too much. And I'm actually thinking I might want to make myself a new hub. And the reason why you generally want to keep making new hubs is because you'll probably be having some competition at your current hubs. And that's generally, as I've said before in previous episodes of this game, you want to have as little competition as possible. So the more you avoid competition, the more money you make. And at each of my current airports, except Minneapolis, I have competitors hub there as well. Alright, I'd love to hub in New York, because that is a huge destination. But the question is, who else is already hubbed and based there? Let's take a look. Plenty of people. Not a good idea. The general best way to do this, that I find, is to look at what you have a lot of gates at already. So let's sort by the number of gates. As you can see, Dallas and Atlanta both have a lot of gates. You can't hub in other countries, so we can't do it there. And that's not what I want to do, but okay. Let's click on Atlanta. As we can see, Atlanta, a huge number of people. This person is the #1 airline, so we're going to try not to compete with them. So what about Dallas? Do you think Dallas is a good idea? I think it is. Alright, we're going to have to do this in order to get to it. And alright, Dallas. Now, all these American Airlines people are trying to really simulate this to the max, so I don't think that's a good idea either. So maybe we want to look at something with a little less gates just around the place. We could go hub in Houston. This is the secondary airport. So let's see. Houston arriving, departing. So there are a few people hubbing up here, and that's a bit too much competition for me. So, what about Baltimore? How's that? That was not the correct thing to type, I believe. Alright, well, we are just going to go back to the airline details and click on things from there. Alright, Baltimore. How is that looking for hubs? One person is hubbed there, and they seem to serve a lot of the market. So I'm going to say no. As you can see, once we get a bit later in the game, it gets a bit hard to find new places to hub. You want to find hubs early. So, how about the bigger Houston airport? Is that a good place to go? No, not a good idea. Maybe Washington. Let's see if this is a good hub. No, not at all. Unless we want to compete. Honolulu usually get... nobody's hubbed here. Which I assume makes sense, because why would you be? Take a look, there's plenty of demands we can go there. I'm thinking we could open a hub in Honolulu. The reason why many people don't open hubs in Hawaii is because generally you're not gonna... if you want to operate short-haul planes, Hawaii is not the place to go. And I would never recommend starting out there. But you know what? I think this could be a place for us to hub. So let's build a terminal. We're just going to start off with a simple 10-gate terminal. There we go. Just construct some gates and pay the fees. And I want one more hub as well. So let's take a look around. Charlotte Douglas. I actually am thinking Charlotte or Raleigh might be a good idea. I want a hub. So Charlotte Douglas is way too huge and is probably never going to get hubbed in by me. So let's look at Raleigh, RDU. Could this be the next hub? Nope, too many people. We're still looking around, and I still think I can find somewhere. Let's take a look around Kansas City. I know someone's already hubbed there. Indianapolis. This could be a good idea. Nobody is hubbed there. Indianapolis it is. So, Indianapolis. Let's just build our terminal. I said build our terminal. And we're going to put in 10 beautiful gates and get a quote. And spend $50 million. As you can see, I have $2 billion. It's not like that's a problem. Alright. Now that we've done that, it's time to open the hubs. So, Indianapolis. We can only select one at a time, so let's do Honolulu there. Your routes are being updated. And let's also do Indianapolis. I think this is a great idea. And now, let's do this, everyone. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to select one of our hubs. We're going to go from Honolulu. And we're just going to start going places. I noticed Salt Lake City wasn't flown to by either of these because Salt Lake City is a secondary destination. But look, 800 people. Pretty much a waste not to fly here. So let's take a look around. As you can see, the 737s can't make it. Which is why I'm glad we have A320s. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to do 11. We're going to do 22. And we're going to do however many that is. 44? No, 33. 33. How does that come out? A bit over, but that's fine. See, look, $1 million a day. Not even taken. Alright, where else? Where else? I think Florida isn't served because that's quite far away. And frankly, I don't know if we can even make this with any of the range we have. But we could always hope. Alright, let's see if we got any planes that can do it. 757s can't. 767s, that would be a waste, so I'm not going to do that. Let's try going somewhere a bit closer. How about to Houston? Is this a good idea? Yes, it is. 4,000 miles, a bit much. But the 757s can do it, and I'm happy sending them over. So, we have 16 slots available, so let's use them all up. Here we go! Alright, here we go. 600k a day. I'm glad I made this up. Mexico City sounds like a place I could go, but it might be taken already. I would assume it is. Yes, it is. And, yeah, I think they take a lot of the market, and I don't want them to be competing with me. Alright, Vancouver. Let's see. If this is a place we can fly, it absolutely is. I'm surprised no one is flying here. I don't think there's many Canadian airlines in this game right now. Nobody's really playing with Canadian Airline. So that might be a good place to start if you really want to simulate a Canadian airline. Alright, let's try 24. Alright, and this route is doing very well, so let's continue on with the next route. So, let's see. So, let's go to Portland and see if that's taken. Yes, it isn't, and that's a good route that I can probably fly the A320s on. I can even fly the 737s, wow. I did not expect that. Let's fly 2 737s on this route and see how it gets us. Alright, looking pretty good. Alright, we still need more. I'm willing to lease another gate there. Let's go back. Let's add the flights. And, oh, looks like I've got 2 more planes. That's fine. I'm not too worried about those. Let's press show aircraft. And let's send some more. Let's send just 1 more should be enough. And alright, there we go. I'm pretty good. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to try flying somewhere in California. Do we even fly to San Diego yet? No, we don't. Oh, we can try flying to San Antonio. I assume that won't be taken. 353, that's alright demand. And we'll have to use our 757. I'm happy with flying that. Alright, let's add the flights of the 757 and see how well that gets us. Alright, pretty good. Well, those are those routes, and I'm thinking I'm actually going to be leaving this episode here. This is mainly to the point in the game where we get to the real grindy stuff that isn't very fun to watch. But I think I showed you well enough how to compete. As you can see, you take a look at your routes, you sort by the load factors, and as you can see, look, somebody has decided to compete again, so I'll round out the episode with just another reminder. As you can see, we go down here, and we see they have matched the price. Well, we are going to go down to 165. You lower the price by $10. If that doesn't work, lower it by 20, and so on and so forth. And there we go. That is how to compete effectively. You always want to make sure you're getting the most percentage of the market, and you want to make sure you're getting 100% demand. And the way you do that is by having a lower price than the other airlines competing against you. Well, that is looking like it's gonna be it, everyone, for this episode of Airline Empires. And as you can see, I've managed to get through about 9 or so of my planes. But I'm just gonna say thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna be seeing you in the next one. Goodbye!